We can distract him until...
Say no more. Daredevil's the name. Distraction's my game. And if I don't make it, it's been a real slice of heaven, gang. Hang loose, heroes.
Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books. I love talking about them. I love sharing them with you. Feel free to follow me on social media if you would like. Links are in the description below. I've also posted a link to the Marvel fan site that I have plot synopsis and character bios for this issue. Daredevil 174 from 1981. I do have a playlist. I'm covering all of Frank Miller's Daredevil. I'm going to cover a little bit of the O'Neill, David Mazzucchelli, all of the Frank Miller, David Mazzucchelli, and then all of the Anna Senti run. So great cover here. We've got Daredevil, Elektra, and Gladiator here. And so it says here, Elektra and the Gladiator fighting an army of assassins. Man, Frank Miller is so friggin' awesome. So, here we go. We got a prologue here in New York City. Look at these awesome color holds. And Elektra is up here. It looks like she's going after this dude here. And here's most likely someone from the Hand with a crossbow. Although, you know, normally they would probably be using just a regular bow and arrow, but alright, and you can see here, thunk, and then they don't show anything. It is the comics code. And Elektra goes, alive, Alphonse de Chanteau was worth a $50,000 bounty. Whoever killed him must now face Elektra. The ruthless bounty hunter unsheathes her weapons, her sai, and prepares to give chase. Then she recognizes her quarry as a ninja, and her blood runs cold. Oh, Frank Miller, so awesome. A closer look confirms her suspicion. He is one of the Hand. The Hand, the same order of master assassins that taught her the many ways of murder before she broke training to operate on her own. They are pledged to her death. But what are they doing here in Paris, thousands of miles from their territory? She should not wander. She should turn and run. She should flee this city and never return. Yet she follows. Oh, Frank Miller. Oh, you can just see all this wonderful stuff that is going to come in The Dark Knight Returns and Ronin and Sin City. So anyway, we continue here. Elektra listens, and here, this ninja here says, De Chanteau is dead. You have done well, Jenin. Receive now the images of our latest prey. He is an American, a lawyer. And look at her eyes, just suddenly shocked here. And look at the screen tones here that Klaus Janson is applying. Named Matthew Murdock. He and his client, whose image awaits us in New York, must both die. And you can see them burning that picture here. Matt. It is Matt. There can be no doubt the Hand has expanded its operation to Europe and America and have been hired to slay the man she has ever... hired the only man she has ever loved. My bad here. Again, color holds here. How many years has it been since her father's death drove her from Matt to become a mercenary, a bounty hunter, an assassin? How many years since his own father's death inspired Matt to become Daredevil? They're enemies now. She hates him. She does. And she will not imperil her own life to save his. She will not. And here you see an airplane here, and this is awesome. This is there's just really nothing here. I think these are supposed to be clouds perhaps, but they don't look like them here. But here's an airplane, and yet she finds herself on the next flight to New York. So, And here we've got Frank Miller, writer, penciler, and Klaus Janson with the finished art. So he's providing, the finisher is actually providing more of the art than normal. And then Glynis Wein and Klaus Janson are both coloring it. Eventually, Janson will take over all the colors. And Glynis Wein is also the X-Men colorist. So, all right. And here we have Matt. Melvin Potter is innocent. He has been charged with crimes committed by the Gladiator, but that monster no longer dwells in Melvin's mind, says Matt. I like the borderless panel here. The defense requests a delay in these proceedings so that we may secure certain witnesses who will prove, and then the DA here says, Your Honor, this is the third such delay that Mr. Murdock has requested. Surely he has exhausted the patience of the court. And this guy here says, hey, what's with Murdock? Prosecution's eating him alive. And the other guy says, you don't see his partner up there, do you? Word is they're kaput. You're kidding me, Ben? Nelson and Murdock, the hottest legal team in the country on the outs? That's what I hear. And then this guy's like, shh. And so she says, the prosecution is ready to proceed, Your Honor. Shall we? And the judge says, indeed we shall. Court will convene at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And Matt says, Melvin, don't worry. We'll win this case. You just have to trust me. And the Gladiator is like, that's what you keep saying, Murdock. So, again, the use of screen tones here. Large one on the glasses, and then these little ones here. So, 3 hours later, the blind attorney becomes a blind superhero. His remaining senses enjoying with superhuman sharpness the endless sounds and smells of the New York night. Now he is Daredevil. And so, Dee Dee says, Melvin's depressed. Can't say I blame him. And look at all the color holds that were done here. Amazing. The case is in trouble, serious trouble. I don't know if I can win it without my partner. But Foggy has cut me out of his life, personally and professionally. I don't know why, and he's not telling me. So, nuts. Some people take walks to relieve tension. Me, I bound around rooftops. But fun as it is, I can't spare the time. Better head back to my brownstone and hit the books. Maybe I can come up with some fresh legal angle, he keeps thinking here. And Matt's changing here. Love the color holds again. You can see Elektra in the background here and his shadow. This is just so cool. And he continues thinking, before it's too late, if Melvin is convicted, I'll never forgive myself. And what the devil, he says, or he thinks. And here we have Elektra standing right over here. You can hear, I'm not alone. My super sensitive hearing detects 4 distinct heartbeats in this room. No breathing, just heartbeats. And now my radar is picking up silhouettes to match. Men with swords holding their breath, moving so quietly I can barely hear them. And you can see here Matt's kind of in the defensive position. He's aware of us. How? It does not matter. He is a dead man. And so I'll just let one of them get close. Enough. Now. And then suddenly you can see him here block the sword with his cane. Kicks this guy. Need my billy club, he says. And so kicks this guy here. This guy's coming from behind. He dodges him. Look at this. Gets him a little bit with his sword. Would have been nice to see just a little bit, drawing just a little bit of blood here. And then Matt hitting this guy here and kicking this guy here. 4 of us downed in seconds. It's ludicrous, says the guy. Life is full of surprises. Why the attack? And he says, you will learn nothing, Murdock. When one of the hand has fallen, he is no more. And Matt says, he's dissolving. And off they go. All 4 of them. Now, that smell. Cough, cough, he says. What? Another one in this room. He must have been waiting for me with that crossbow. but someone got to him first. What's going on here? Who put a contract out on me? And who came to my aid? Who? So, alright. Let him wonder, thinks Elektra here. Love again. The screen tones being applied here, just subtly here. And now we've got Wilson Fisk in his building here. Boss, it ain't like I'm questioning ya. I'm just curious, okay? You set yourself up as the kingpin of crime again. Weeks ago, the mobs are all loyal to you now. You got nothing to worry about on that score. But lately, that ninja outfit's been scarfing up contracts with scarfing up contracts what ought to go to our boys. And you ain't said a word one about taking them on. I'm sorry. Sometimes the dialect of New Yorkers, sometimes but I love how it just Kingpin, Miller draws Kingpin so weird. And so the guy continues, and Daredevil, he's been driving us crazy, but you ain't. And Kingpin says, Daredevil has demonstrated an interest in a certain lawyer and his client, Flint. Through a surrogate, I have commissioned the ninja to slay them both. This will inevitably draw Daredevil into combat against the ninja. That is the secret to power, Flint, to pit your enemies one against the other, remaining all the while untouched. So, again, look at all this wonderful screen tones being applied here by Janson. Looks lovely. So sometime later here, there's the hand looking at Matt. They're like, it's him, Murdock. Shall he be alone in his office? Sorry, here. No, his partner, the one called Foggy, is inside. We shall kill them both. Prepare the explosive. So, and Matt's here. Look at the color hold again. I never thought it would come to this. But all that's left now is to empty my desk. So this is Foggy here. Matt's on his own now. He won't have me as a partner anymore. Big loss. So, Foggy, is that you? Says Matt. And you can see him opening the drawers here. And vertical panels, one of his specialty. It doesn't matter if you don't answer. I know you're here. And I know something is torturing you, wrecking your marriage, your partnership, our friendship. Foggy, I can't let it all go without knowing why, he says. And Foggy's just sitting there here, screen tone on the floor with the color. Okay, Matt, I'll tell you, says Foggy. And they're about to throw, and this guy's like, what the? You! And we can tell it's Elektra with the sigh here. And she is going to take the ninja out. Matt, we haven't had a case that pays any kind of money in over a year. These welfare cases, they just won't pay the bills. And the funding we need to maintain this storefront, it's gone. Our government grant was cut, just like that. And I couldn't get anyone to sponsor us, no matter how hard I tried. And look at him crying here. It was up to me to keep this dream of ours alive, and I blew it. He's just sad and wrecking himself. I'm a failure, a stupid roly-poly teddy bear. I've let you carry me ever since college, and now I've lost the storefront. I couldn't even, and he's just can't even finish it. And so Matt says here, do you really believe that, Foggy? You should have seen me in court today. The Potter case is going to pieces without you. You're more than a partner to me, more than a friend. I need you. And Foggy, oh, isn't this touching? Two buddies. Vertical panels, just like I said, specialty of Miller. Meanwhile, outside, Elektra is kicking ass. So, and he ends up throwing the bomb, and she's like, no, no. And so up it goes, and goes into the office, and then whoom, and Foggy's like, Matt, Matt, as he's unconscious on the floor, and Elektra's like, Matt. So for someone that she's supposed to hate, she certainly doesn't act it. So, all right, we continue here. For a time, he floats in a void that is dark and as silent as death. Then he feels starched cotton fiber rustles lightly against his leg. He smells the sharp ammonia-laden antiseptic of a hospital, oddly mixed with a delicate perfume. He hears a sound and melodic. You had us worried, lover. He wakes, but the darkness never leaves. And so he wakes up. Heather, Dr. Gloss says you'll be okay, Matt. Me, I'm not so sure. I mean, it's a turn on having an affair with Daredevil. It really is. But don't you ever stop? Tossed through the window, shot, stabbed, hit by bombs? There's got to be a better way to spend your evenings. In fact, I've got a few suggestions. And Matt says, just a second, that radio. What radio? And he still has his glasses. That's kind of funny. Like, why does he need them in a hospital? To avoid another such attack, police are moving Melvin Potter to another facility. Potter, also known as the Gladiator, is charged with. And so off goes Matt. Matt, the ninja, they're after Melvin. But if he's moved, he'll be more vulnerable than ever. Oof. What's wrong with you, darling? You never fall down. Your radar. And he says, my radar, it's gone. So, new problem for Matt to deal with. And I love this little short panel, but his head kind of protrudes, goes into the other ones. Awesome. So, and here we got a couple of sanitation workers here. I think it's sanitation worker. Nope, it's the cops here. That Potter guy ought to be grateful he's on the back of the truck, so he can't smell your stinging cigar. And so the other guy's like, shut up, I got rights. Besides, I got the window down, don't I? And then Elektra throws some kind of thing in there, and it's a tear gas. And so they crash, and you see Elektra kind of moving out of the way here. And Gladiator's like, ow, my head, who are you? And Elektra says, there's no time for discussion. Take this. It is your Gladiator armor. The sooner you're wearing it, the greater your chances of surviving. He says, but your modesty is poorly timed. Put it on or you will die in the next 5 minutes. But I promised, I've been working so hard not to be Gladiator. I mean, and then she just kind of stares at it and he goes, yeah, okay, and puts it on. Now what do we do? And Elektra says, we try to get out of here before it's too late. But it is, because here comes the hand. Be careful. Let them come to you. And Gladiator says, there's so many of them. And so Daredevil is watching here. Padded footsteps, dozens of them. They must be swarming the place. I shouldn't have come. Without my radar, I have a much of a chance against that many of them. But Melvin doesn't have a chance without my help. He's finally purged himself of the Gladiator. Finally destroyed his killer instincts. Just when he needs them most. And Elektra's like, cover my back, Potter. I cannot defeat them alone. Potter, what's wrong with you? Fight back. And he says, I can't. I've lost it. As he's hit by the sword. As you said, woman, you cannot defeat us alone. Those crates. And you can see the crates here are falling. There's a woman down there. Didn't get a chance to hear her voice. So I have no idea who she is. Terrific. Now I've got 2 people to save. And so, again, nice vertical panel here. And Matt comes down here. It'll take total concentration to judge where they are by their heartbeats. Behind me. To guess their angle of sword thrust by slight dislocation of air. Alrighty. And so here he kicks this one. Just like the old days before my radar fully developed. Relying on my senses. My fancy footwork. So... and an economy-sized portion of luck as he kicks this guy here. I'm doing it. I'm holding my own. Behind me, a heartbeat. No, it's gone. I must have imagined it, as Elektra kills him here. They're leaving. I did it without my radar sense. And, of course, Elektra and Melvin did it. And you can see the solving of the ninja here. Melvin, says Dee Dee, it's okay, just cut up some. Armor block most of it. It's funny, Daredevil, I've tried to kill you lots of times, but now I couldn't even fight. I'd be meat if it wasn't for you and that lady. And Daredevil says, lady, oh yeah, the one with the sigh. Didn't you see her? No, it couldn't have been her, he thinks. Real quick, love the color, the red, orange here, yellow here, and then the screen tones. This is a beautiful panel, and then this eye black, and just freaking amazing. So we're down to the final 2 pages here, and here we go. It was she, again using screen tones here. Beautiful. This contract has brought us to battle with Elektra. She and the one called Daredevil dispatched our forces. Only we 3 survived, says the first one here. Survived, yes. So this is their Jonin here. But you failed. You should have died with your brothers. But Jonin, we thought if we told you of Elektra, and the Jonin says, you are not paid to think, only to kill or be killed. No, not him. We are but 3, and he, Silence Brothers, we must defend ourselves. So we've got a monstrous ninja here. Did you say defend yourselves? And he laughs here, and you can see the sword is coming out, and then doesn't even, just says whoosh. Remarkable, 3 of us, but with a single stroke, boom, they all fall dead. This is just amazing stuff. As always, you did not fail me, my friend. Consider that but a small appetizer, a prelude to your next assignment. Receive now the image of the woman Elektra. So she is next. And so, Gauntlet. I thought maybe Gauntlet, but no, Gauntlet it says here. All right, so Daredevil 174 from 1981, written and penciled by Frank Miller with inks by Klaus Janson. Beautiful stuff. Like and subscribe, and I do thank you for listening. Goodbye.